Okay, I would proceed to share my entire screen. And, okay, so in this assignment, we're given 3 tasks to do, and I would quickly, in the first task, we are asked to list the databases that, the tables that are contained in the databases in which we are going to be managing. And these are databases that have in the sys tables and that have U as their type. And I also have to reference them uh, from data inherited from the sys objects table. So I would just quickly go. There are 3 assignments we're given to do. I've separated it into 3 separate SQL query files. So I'm going to just open them right now and then answer each of the questions as I go along. Okay, so in the first one, we're asked to show the tables, and we're given the whiteboard importers database and also the bowling league example database, and we're asked to choose a third one of our own choice. I've chosen the school scheduling example because I'm hoping to develop a database for schools and colleges in my area one day. Okay, so we're to show the name and the date created and the date modified. I've also included the type. So I'll go ahead and run the one for the worldwide importers. And so we can see that the query executed successfully, and there are 48 user tables to be managed in this database, which is expected because it is a worldwide importers database. I guess there are a lot of importers. Okay, and I'll quickly go to the next one, which is the bowling league database. And in the bowling league, again, run the database, the query, sorry. And we have 9 tables in the bowling league database of user type, and that will be managed, that I would manage in this database. And the third and final one, that of my choice, the school scheduling example, I will just run that. And again, we have 21 rows, tables. Each row is equal to a table in this database. In the second one, we are told of a scenario whereby the length of a query was not enough, and they ran out of length, and so we were to find a column that has columns in the database that has name in their title, wherever the name may be in the title of the column. We have to show this. And so going into the second set of query, here they are. And I'm going to be showing the table, selecting the table name, the table column, and the max length. And I'm selecting that from each database sys table, and joining the sys columns of that database on the object ID of it, and where the name is like the name, it has a name in the title and it's still of a type of user base, and I'm ordering them by the table name and then the column name. So running the one for worldwide importers, we have 42 columns that have names in that database, and looking at the length, we can see that okay, we have column names that are 40 maximum length. I think 40 will be sufficient for colors. I don't think we'll ever have a color that will be more than 40 characters in length. As far as the other fields is concerned, this seems to be okay. We move on to the next set, which is the bowling league. We'll run that query also. And we have just 3 columns in that database that has name, and they have a maximum of 100 characters, which is very much sufficient for a first name, a last name, and a team name. So we're okay there. Let's go to the school scheduling database to see if we have columns that have names in them. I should think we should have. And we have just 8. Thought we will have more than that. We can see that a lot of these columns just have 50. And then we have a semester day that is 20. I would say, to be on the safe side, we just increment all these 50s to 100 to be on the safe side. And then even this semester day name, we just make it 40 or 50 characters in length. And that way we won't have to go back to correcting a database again. And that's the second task in our assignment. And the third task in the assignment has to do with the heavy hitters, those files that are big. I am using the master database. I'll be selecting the database name from I'm using the master database, but I'll also be using the sys databases from there, and also the sys master files of the in the database. I've joined it on the database ID. So we'll be selecting the database name, the file name, the physical location of the file, and the file in 8 kilobytes. And we were instructed to show the size without converting first. And so I'm going to show all the files at the same time, because I have where DB name is in each of the 3 database. So I'm going to run that now. And we can see that we have 7 files that their sizes is greater than 1004 in the 8 kilobyte page range. And this shows the database in which they're in. So we have 2 in Bowling League database example database. We also have 2 in school scheduling example database. And we have 3 in Worldwide Importers database. We can see the location of each one of these, that they're in the C program files, Microsoft SQL Server, my SQL 15, my SQL Server directory, and my MS SQL and data directory. So we need to keep that in mind for the last task in this assignment. And that's it. We can see their sizes in the 8 kilobyte range. The next assignment was that we're now to convert these sizes into megabytes and compute the total size of the database. Again, I have used one query for the entire task, and which I will now run at the moment. And it shows us that we have, for the worldwide importers, we have just over 3 gig in size, which is understandable for the purpose of that database. The Bowling League is just 60 megabytes, and the school scheduling example is 16 megabytes. The last task in the assignment says we should now go to our file explorer, and we check in the directory that I earlier expanded in C program files, Microsoft SQL Server, and in this MySQL 15, MySQL Server, MySQL, and go into the data, and voila, we have our databases. We can see we have 2 files here for Bowling League, and I think we should be able to get good. So we have 16 megabytes. If we go back, we can see our Bowling League has 16 megabytes here. Then we can do the same for the school scheduling, which is down here. And we again have the 2 databases there, files there, sorry. And then we can check the properties. It tells us again, we have 16 megabytes, which is in sync with our choices here, computed size there. Okay, and finally, we have the worldwide size, and check the properties of this. And we have 3.09 gigabytes. And if we go back to the query earlier, we can see that we have just over 3 gig on this. So we are okay. And this confirms that the sizes are okay. And that completes my assignment for week 2 scenario assignment. Thank you for watching.